What's going on, Cancer? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of November 27th through December 3rd, 2023. So in this reading, Cancer, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things you do not see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the upcoming week, Cancer, to close out November. But before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, Cancer, and I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading happens to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Cancer. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what's coming your way for the 27th of November through December 3rd. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Cancer. Let's see what we got going on here, Cancer, for you. Okay, really interesting energy that you got going on, Cancer. Before we get into the tarot, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards for you. And these oracle cards contain the energy that you need to embody more of for your own highest good for this upcoming week. And the first one you have is actually Trust in reverse. And so this is similar to like the Knight of Cups or the Page of Cups frequency. I feel like Spirit is advising you to not trust people's words at face value, okay, to really tune into the underlying energy and don't trust people's, words or external gestures, but read into things like body language and what people's true intention could be. This might not be a message that you want to hear, but here's the thing. Your opportunity as well, Cancer, is the King of Swords. And this is a very discriminating, on top of your mental game type of energy. So I feel like there is a situation that you need to be on watch for. Okay, there could be a situation where trust could get you in trouble, blind trust, So I would say you could be dealing with very what you perceive as childish, immature behavior this week because just following my intuition, your challenge is the Fool. Okay, and for some reason, for some of you, the Fool in your challenge is actually coming through as like a foolish individual that you really have to question whether or not their intentions are good for you or something like that, okay? I feel like as well, like the only thing that you can trust is yourself instead of external things, okay? May not be what you want to hear, but I think it's going to help you the most this week, for this week. And you also have compromise. The energy that you need more of is compromise. This is similar to the Six of Pentacles, but in this particular deck, it does remind you that compromise usually leaves a bitter taste in the mouth of individuals because I do feel like you're dealing with for a lot of you, you're really questioning the potential of a love situation or something you want to do with your career. And there's something here about a lack of compatibility, so that compromise is the only way forward then. If there's a lack of compatibility, natural people's energy coming together in a harmonious way, that's not happening, so you're going to have to compromise on something. And I do feel like I don't know if you can trust that this compromise that you're going to have to make, whether this is a business thing at work or it's a compromise that you're being asked to make in love, I feel like it's going to leave a bitter taste in your mouth if you just, blindly accept the compromise. So the King of Swords in your opportunity is like you setting a mental boundary. I won't be pushed this far. Is kind of the energy I feel, because some of you are being asked to compromise, but it won't feel good emotionally, and I don't know if that's something you want to be involved in. Okay, so it's like stretching yourself to maintain something, but hold on. The next energy you need more of is schizophrenia, and this is actually the Two of Swords. So right now, you need to think deeply about the two different options that you have, okay? Because if you don't choose one, you're going to fall through this gap here. So your hands are gripping one reality, your toes are gripping another one, and they're being pulled apart. This is the energy you need to be reminded of right now in your life. There could be two different timelines that you really have to make a jump on, even if you don't feel ready. This card in this particular deck, it's not like the Two of Swords usually. It's like you need to, pick a side here. So usually, so I don't know, Cancer. So to get into the tarot, your opportunity is the King of Swords. There could be an air sign coming in love for you, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, man. You could be dealing with in love. It could be an opportunity in love. But for most of you, I feel like this is the energy that you need to embody. And this is not a very emotional energy. It's more calculating. It's more based on principle and existing things and a really logic and rationality. So I would lean into that type of energy for you this week for some sort of reason, because you might have a situation that requires blind emotional trust. And I think, once again, that's going to lead to you having to compromise. But I do think you need to make a decision, a painful decision, perhaps, is kind of the energy of this reading. Once again, the Fool is your challenge. So I think the challenge as well is to move in a different direction, away from some sort of compromised situation where you have to compromise yourself. This is really having blind faith in the universe, but not having blind faith in someone else's plan that you have to compromise in. This is what it's translating as, Cancer. So we're going to have to see why the Fool is your challenge. For a lot of you, for the 27th to the 3rd of December, there is a lot of travel here. Some of you may feel a little forced to travel, whether this is traveling mentally or physically. But, overall, I feel like you are in a position of power within your own self. It's just that dealing with other people is going to stress you out, and who am I going to surround myself by? Those type of questions are stressing you out this week. But in your overall general energy, Cancer, you have the Chariot, the Page of Swords, and also the Magician. So there's a lot of forward movement, but there's also a lot of questioning of potential. For most of you, this is going to be the relationship that you're dealing with in love, or a career situation that you're really questioning the potential of it. Is there potential to flourish and grow here? Or do I have to move in a completely different direction? Because the Chariot shows in your overall general energy, you do have freedom of movement. You're going to be feeling very free, very open. You have options. Okay, so you definitely do have options, but once again, kind of just sitting and not choosing an option is going to get you in trouble. So King of Swords, make a decision, is your opportunity. And you're definitely moving forward and peeping all these options. So you could be dealing with a feeling of like the apathy of options. There's too many choices. It's hard for you to narrow it down this week. And then in what you don't see coming, I really see you focusing on your abundance and really nourishing some sort of operation that you've had going on in your life, perhaps in work, because in what you don't see coming, Cancer, you have the Empress, and this for me is the card of abundance. It's really ripe energy. It's abundant energy. It's coming through as your wealth. And the Three of Pentacles is collaborating with other people, learning a skill, teaching a skill. It's kind of like being in an apprenticeship phase. But you could really be blending what you have going on well with, learning more and more about your craft or your work or whatever you have going on. And you have the Five of Wands, which is to do with competitiveness. And I do feel like a lot of you have access to the Mars energy within you, your ability to take action, how you get what you want, I feel like is flourishing. So don't be afraid to actually make a lot of bold decisions. I feel like your ability to project yourself right now is coming from actually like a pretty clear place, like your ability to take action on things, to move your life. I think you have a surplus of energy that you're going to tap into to do that, where other times you may feel low. This week it's like you're on edge in a good way. And then when it comes to your advice, you got to think long term here and don't be blinded into some sort of compromised plan, because in your advice you have the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and also the Page of Wands here. And I really feel like some sort of new fun adventure, you going on some sort of quest to achieve your own legacy or your long-term material happiness is going to make you feel very good. And your advices are very close as well. I feel like a lot of you, for me, the Nine of Cups is the card of synchronicity and like, using things like magic and synchronicity and things that we can't see with our five senses, like intention, meditation, affirmation, like really programming your subconscious mind in a good way. I feel like your own emotional stability when it comes to your goals is going to come back to haunt you in a good way, like receiving positive karma for some sort of thing that you've been obsessed with. I feel like Spirit's saying like you've been obsessed with this long-term plan or idea for a long time, and the time is now to activate on it. Because you have these, once again, you have this shifting timeline, Cancer. Some of you, you're either going to chase your dream or you're going to settle for a crappy relationship or situation, is kind of what I sense from this reading. So with that being said, let's start clarifying for you. I want to clarify why the King of Swords is your opportunity. May also be dealing for some of you with someone that is cold. Okay. Interesting. I mean, popping out immediately of the High Priestess, the Tower, and also the Three of Pentacles. So I feel like your intuition is telling you that something is not solid, that you need to change. You need to bring in logic to change it. But I don't know. Let's see why the King of Swords is here as your opportunity. Yeah, definitely to move away from something that is going to feel pretty cold to walk away from. So first of all, the King of Swords is clarified by the Six of Swords right away. So you need to use your logic, I feel like, to future pace and like realize you're just playing with fire. There's a certain situation that you need to remove yourself from, and that's your opportunity. Now, the other cards that came out to clarify the King of Swords and your opportunity is the Strength card, the Judgment. So having courage to move on into the unknown. The Fool is your challenge. So having really deep courage to walk away from something that you don't deserve to be treated in such a way, or it's just a compromise you can't afford to give. You also have the Four of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Star. So I feel like something has served its purpose in your life. The rite of passage is over. You got to move on to the next town and camp. So I don't know. That's just what I feel. So your opportunity, I feel, is to shift around your life, to make big, bold decisions, to like be the business woman, the businessman that you are, Cancer, because Cancer is really good at that. So I don't know. Cardinal water. You got to sink into that cardinal quality of being willing to start things, be the numero uno. Making moves is big for you this week. But yeah, let's clarify why the Fool is your challenge. Yeah, someone's foolish behavior could really be causing you a lot of negative emotions. You're just like, you don't get it. You're not on the same page as someone. A lot of emotional issues with people, I feel like, is what you're dealing with in your challenge. I feel like your heart doesn't want to move away from a situation, but your head and your logic is telling you to do so. And that's rough. So there's a conflict between heart and mind. And you may have to move away from more of a dependent relationship here because you deserve better than this. Yeah, the Fool in the Fool in your challenge is clarified by the Two of Swords, the World, and also the Five of Cups when it comes to your challenge. So I feel like you're not wanting to let go of something, because it has a lot of promise. Okay, there's a lot of like, you could be sitting on a business plan or some sort of person that you're dating, that makes you feel richer. It's really hard for you to move on from something. But the thing is you're going to have to compromise in the situation. So you can't be doing that. I mean, the Five of Cups is here as well in your challenge. There's like a lot of emotional change and upheavals and sadness that I just feel like it's something really hard for you to let go of. Probably a relationship here or a career thing. I don't know. Let's keep going, though. Let's clarify why the Chariot is here in your overall general energy. A lot of movement. I feel like you need to put yourself first here with the Nine of Cups in your, advice. You only see one person on that card. Chariot and your overall general energy is clarified by the Four of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. I feel like you need to heal yourself here from a difficult, love situation. There could have been a lot of idealization going on here. There could have been, a feeling of illusion. I feel like the Trust card in reverse is like your trust in someone is just dissolving at this point, and you realize that this is not healthy for me to participate in. Like the Chariot, clarified by the Four of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Knight of Cups, is like you need to take control of your mind before you really give of your heart to the wrong person right here. Because I feel like there is an idea of like a relationship being built on more like there is a relationship that is always future pacing that you're dealing with that you may be choosing to walk away from, because there's so much promise and like the relationship you're dealing with that I feel you're moving away from, Cancer, like right now, whether this is in love or business, there's a lot of future pacing and I'll love you. This will be perfect when we both change. This situation will be perfect when we have more momentum, but that momentum is seemingly like not going to happen, not going to actually take place unless you take this big compromise and do something that actually, may not complement your long-term goals. So you may feel like you're digging your own grave here by continuing to interact with a situation that actually feels illusory. If you really let yourself sit with the concrete facts of the situation you're dealing with, it's just like how it's coming through. So, questioning the potential, like, is this even real? Like, a lot of you may feel like a relationship or a career situation or some sort of plan that you've had, you're like, I feel like it's not working because you're realizing it's more talk than action. It's not all walk, it's all talk. Like, oh, we have so much. So this could be a love situation where someone loves the idea of you. You love the idea of someone, but you don't actually love them how they are now. And so there may be this idea of like, I can't settle for this. Some of you may be not settling for love anymore, because in what you don't see coming, you have the Empress card. And I feel like for most of you ladies out there, this is you like knowing your worth. Like, you don't, you know what I mean? I don't think you are dealing with someone that's like an emperor right now in their life that can't match what you want. So I don't know. Let's go ahead and clarify why the Empress is here and what you don't see coming. Right next to the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, the High Priestess is coming out to clarify the Empress. So that's really powerful feminine energy coming together. The Empress and the High Priestess are like the divine counterpart to the Hierophant and the Emperor. So like, you may just be single for the ladies out there, or for the men this can be reversed. The Emperor Hierophant type energy, you're in by your Emperor. The Empress is clarified by the High Priestess, the Emperor, and also the Tower. So your intuition is letting you know that, once again, someone that you may even feel is your divine counterpart business partner, you're meant to do work with on this planet, or like even a divine romantic counterpart here, the Empress and the Emperor. Your intuition and the spiritual nature, you can't really compromise on this, this thing that I need to do for my own legacy. There's a relationship that's clearly coming to an end. And it's a big relationship in your life. This could be, once again, romantic or business partner, where it's just the actuality of it is not lining up with the ideal plan for either party. So it just seems more of like an incompatible thing. But here's the thing, like you're not gonna like, I don't know. I don't think you're gonna trip over this. You may, but I don't know. Let's just clarify why the Nine of Cups is in your advice, Cancer. Why is the Nine of Cups here in your advice? Because usually for me, that's like the card to focus on you. But then you do have the Ten of Pentacles here, which you see all these people, and that's like your family and like legacy. So I don't know. Why is you're not emotionally satisfied due to potentially, plans that are made but not followed through on, whether in a business partner or a love thing. Yeah, it's just up. The Nine of Cups, first of all, is clarified by the Eight of Cups and the Page of Wands in reverse. So once again, I feel like you're walking away from some sort of BS, kind of elementary thing. Like, you need to be in college or high school and not elementary school when it comes to a plan or a relationship. So you're walking away from this because it just doesn't. It's interesting you have the Page of Wands upright in your advice, and then to clarify the Nine of Cups, you have the Page of Wands in reverse. So that tells me like the adventure that you need to go on for your own soul's journey, or the whatever you need to build, whatever you need to create, whatever you need to do, is clearly being interrupted by someone who there's an opposition here with you and a business partner, or with you and someone. There's not an alignment, and the only way the alignment is going to be made is if you abandon your own intuitive trust and you just blindly trust someone, and you also have to have a compromise that leaves a really bitter taste in your mouth. So I don't want to see that happen to you. So let's go ahead and see then why the Page of Wands is here in your advice, because I feel like this is more so to do with your own journey that maybe you can't have go on with a certain attachment that you're still attached to. So let's see, why is the Page of Wands here in your advice, Cancer? Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles here. Yeah, so I feel like it's really hard for you to walk away from something because you were so close to being there. This may have been something that you invested in and you don't want to let it go because, you know, this is the card of worldly opulence, and there may be something that's bittersweet about this transition because you have the Ten of Pentacles and the Ten of Swords here. So, and the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, you need to walk away from something that you really thought was going to be fruitful in your life for a long time. You thought it was safe to invest in, but something is clearly, with the Tower here, Ten of Swords, is coming to an end. And, wow, Cancer, I don't know. I mean, so, yeah, and it's like, I just did the reading for you, right? Remember the last reading I did for you, like for November? I felt like there was good love things going on. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure there was like really good, a really hopeful situation that may just kind of like blow up in your face by the end of the month, November. Why? I can't wait to do the December reading for you now. But hey, why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Yeah, there's different people for you to collaborate with. Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Temperance card. I feel like the advice is to not just hermit away, but definitely, you know, interact with other people here, new people. They're going to help you heal from this situation. I feel like you can heal through social interaction and like collaborating with people who are on the same emotional page. Yeah, I mean, damn, like the Ten of Pentacles, you know, is in your advice is clarified by the Three of Cups, the Temperance card, and the Ace of Pentacles. I really feel like there's new money moves that you need to be making with different associations, different associates here. You know, make new friends here. Heal yourself with new relationships. Just make sure you don't repeat the same pattern. But, you know, the good thing about this reading, Cancer, is I don't think this is something that you this is going to really mess you up emotionally. I don't think your own baggage is the reason why this relationship is ending, or this business or this relationship is ending right now. It's not actually from your own baggage. It's to do with an incompatibility. So instead of like attacking or being attacked, I would just kind of say, look, like the only way this is going to work if we both have a bitter taste in our mouth. Instead of trying to force it, I feel like we should, because you've been trying to clearly make it work. It's not like whatever the situation is, this is not something you've put minimal effort into. This has been maximum effort for a long time. And clearly it's just maximum effort isn't going to do it, you know. And there's wisdom in knowing how to lose, you know.